What's up, good people? You got Vell here, aka Vell, and welcome to my channel, the Evolution of Vell. So today we are back with another video, and today we are following a big story in these YouTube streets this past week with the interview that Tasha K did with Jaguar Wright. So it has been some stuff going on with this, whereas I thought it was just a not well done interview overall, and that it would just kind of blow over, turned into a week of back and forth, and Tasha K losing thousands of subscribers. Yes, it was huge. So with that, let's get into the story. So on Friday, October the 23rd, Tasha K interviewed Jaguar on her show. Now, in her own words, Tasha K said that she was out to spill Jaguar's wine by embarrassing her and dragging her and proving in her mind that Jaguar was a liar in front of her nearly 1 million subscribers. I personally started watching the interview and thought it might be interesting, and at a certain point I started to really cringe. Tasha K asked Jaguar about her history with mental illness, how she now earns her money. She even asked if the husband had a job and asked him what was his job and how did he get his income. She asked her about her sex life, history with sexual abuse, her miscarriages, and the death of her or murder of her son. And it was not really done in a tasteful, heartfelt way. You could see that Tasha K really had an angle and that she was gunning for Jaguar. But what I will say about the interview is that Jaguar was no punk. She was owning that interview. She was handling Tasha K and shutting it down. And I gained a respect for her, honestly, in a way, in being able to do that interview that was set up to sabotage her, and she ended up owning it in the end. Now, after the interview and the backlash started, Tasha K then had another video that was titled The Jaguar Apology. However, what I found when I watched the video is that it wasn't really an apology at all. And she literally stated, and I quote, and I have it here in writing because I want to state it properly. She stated, "If you feel that I intentionally triggered you," meaning she was talking to her audience, "I apologize." Then she goes on to say, "The only mistake I made was not putting a disclaimer on the video." So to me, that's not an apology about the way that she treated Jaguar. And when she stated about not putting the disclaimer and triggering her audience, what she was specifically talking about was asking Jaguar details about her sexual abuse and going into like, how did they touch you and things like, it was out there. And so there were, in the comment section, I was noticing there were people saying, "I'm being triggered, I'm out," you know, all of that. And so that is what Tasha is now saying. She apologizes for not putting a disclaimer up to say I'm about to get real trashy and ratchet, I guess. So not, I apologize for my behavior and treating, you know, someone like that on the show, you know, being reckless and not talking about those sensitive topics in a caring and mindful way. So Tasha K then tries to justify it even more, like talking about the subject and going in as in depth as she did by mentioning that she had been sexually molested as a child. So she was basically also a survivor of sexual assault. So the way she was putting it out to me was like, it justifies me kind of being reckless with this topic. She also did not apologize for going in on Jaguar's mental health issues and in such a reckless way and really trying to weaponize them against her. But that wasn't all. Then the next day, Tasha K puts out another video. So you would think this video would be, you know, kind of damage control. It wasn't damage control, it was more damaging. So Tasha K commences to dragging Jaguar again and her entire family. She literally just went through the list of, you know, of the entire family, trying to rip her husband a new one as well. And basically her doubling down in her wrongness cost her even more subscribers. When I first looked, I think she had lost somewhere around 6,000 subscribers. As of earlier today, it looked like it was near 10,000 subscribers that she's lost, according to Social Blade. So finally, after a few days of the foolishness and Tasha K just kind of going in and Jaguar was not responding or giving energy to it, Jaguar finally issues her statement on the whole situation. And she goes to her IG live, which we will watch. Now, it was about a 16-minute live recording. I just kind of cut it down to get to the meat of her response to Tasha K. And so we'll watch that really quick. And now play.
So, you want me to handle this Tasha K thing?
Go ahead.
All right.
That's her husband, just for those of you who don't know.
Well, I keep my eyes on the road.
You know what? I'm not gonna lie. I need one of my CBD cigarettes. So what do I gotta say about Tasha K? I mean, I thought I didn't have anything to say about Tasha K. I thought I said it all. Matter of fact, I thought I said it all to her. And then I keep hearing people coming back to me saying, oh, you know, she's saying that you're a liar and she's trying to discredit you. You know, how do you feel about that? Do you feel the same way about Tasha K? Yes, I do. Because I'm a Christian. See, I can still have a genuine care for someone that doesn't have care for me. It's a choice. And I'm going to tell you why I care. She is the very reason why I'm doing everything that I'm doing. See, WCW, Women Comfort Wednesdays, it's about us women learning how to respect each other enough to G up for each other and look out for each other. I didn't have to do that interview with her. I could have easily have said no. Like I said to her, you know, plenty of people told me you was crazy. What if I had to listen to them? But I chose to give you the benefit of the doubt. And we accomplished what we wanted to accomplish. We wanted to give everybody a chance to get to know and see us for who we were. And the reason why we chose to do that is because I already knew she was going to come with some snake. I knew it. I knew she was coming with the snake. So guess what? If I can stand in front of the snake and keep it a bean and not be shook, nobody should ever have to question whether or not I'm telling the truth or not. See, a lot of people get in the face of people who don't tell the truth. And they cower because they're afraid to tell the truth. But see, the real power is when you look a snake in their face with a smile and just give them facts. See, she wants to talk about discrediting. So let's talk about it. Tasha K is a victim in this situation. That I will say. She's a victim. She's a victim of the game. See, women have been doing this for years. Female entertainers, they hook up with the right celebrity gossip columnist now, aka blogger, and they start putting out disinformation about the chicks that they think they're in competition with to knock them down. Now, I knew Tasha K had a celebrity troll. I just wasn't sure which one it was. But it was Alicia Keys. Like she said in the beginning of the interview, Tasha K said this. She did a whole pre-video before the video and said, I wasn't trying to get involved, but Alicia Keys asked me to do this.
She did say that.
Why would Alicia Keys care? And why would she need to call a blogger to ask a blogger to do something she didn't want to do? But see, Alicia probably been feeding her all this disinformation that Tasha K thinks is good information, because why would Alicia Keys come to her to lie? Because the is a liar, that's why. That's what liars do, they lie. Now, I'm not saying that for a fact I know or don't know how much Tasha K really knows about Alicia Keys. What I can say is, you said yourself, Tasha K, that Alicia contacted you and asked you to do this interview.
Correct. She did say.
Not her mother, not her husband. She did. That's because she's been feeding you information. It's been bad. Just like I know 2/3 of the questions you asked me weren't your questions. I saw how uncomfortable you were asking them. But see, you had to ask them because you don't want to lose your celebrity troll, because that's what's fueling your platform. And I get it. I know how important your platform is. And not just for your career, but for your family. which is why I was like, however it go down, we all right. But when you start talking about discrediting, I want you to think about who Alicia Keys works for. She works for Clive Davis, the very man I'm going after. So now...
Okay, so I stopped at there because at that point, that's when Jaguar starts to go into the Alicia Keys and Clive Davis thing and saying that Clive Davis basically has Alicia Keys as his puppet to do his dirty work because she is indebted to him because he's the one that gave her a career by putting $20 million behind her machine to help her get on our radars, basically, because she said when she first came out under Jermaine Dupri, no one was checking for her, and no matter what he did, no one would check for her because she basically had no talent. Whatever with that. But anyway, she goes on to that, and that becomes her rant. And so that wasn't necessarily important to this story, but go to her IG if you want to check it out. So basically, my commentary here is about her response and basically what led to it, which was Tasha K's interview with her. Say what you want about Jaguar. What I will say, for me, I felt that her response to this, prior to the renting, but her response to the Tasha K piece to me was brilliant. It's nothing like gathering a person and reading them with intelligence and skills and really a heart. Like, she read her, she called her a snake because what she did was very snake-like. That was snake traits, snake behavior. And I've seen that quite a bit lately with Tasha K, like more in front of the scenes. I guess behind the scenes, I don't know really what was happening with her interviews and stuff, but now, you know, a couple weeks ago, she hung up on Foxy Brown's cousin because she wasn't answering the questions or answering questions that she wanted answers to like dig into Foxy Brown's, you know, deep dark secrets. And I don't know, I was like, that's really rude, like on a public platform. Even if you felt like she wasn't giving you what you wanted, there was a better way to do it than to literally hang up on the woman and act like you didn't, like, but everyone knew you did, like playing around and stuff. And it's like, that's really disrespectful. And she went on, Foxy Brown's cousin went on another channel and was ranting about the level of disrespect. And you know how Tasha K kind of plays like she's your friend to get what she wants out of you and then flips the script on you once she gets you on her public platform. That's, to me, that's a lot. I don't like that energy. And I think, you know, there are ways to get great interviews without being a snake about it. And then the other piece that a lot of people who follow her and Storm Monroe have been talking about is the fact that Storm Monroe also had done a interview with Jaguar a couple weeks before, and his interview was very well received and had over 1 million views. And so then Tasha K comes back and then does an interview with Jaguar when she said she would never interview her. But all of a sudden her mentee gets 1 million views, and all of a sudden now she's reconsidering, but she's saying she only decided to do it because Alicia Keys personally messaged her. So that then leads to, there has to be something going on or some level of truth to what Jaguar is saying about maybe Alicia Keys actually having a vendetta for her and setting this up in a way to, you know, embarrass her in front of nearly 1 million people on a public platform. And I think it goes to show that Tasha K really was underestimating Jaguar and her being a veteran in the industry, thinking that she could pull the okie doke on her without any issues. And Jaguar really proved in that she is a true professional in the sense of years of experience and media training, etc. She flipped that interview and she owned it no matter what Tasha was doing, and it ended up biting Tasha in the tail. So with that, those are my thoughts on this. I had been following the story. It was a big thing in YouTube land, and you guys know that I like to share things when I'm really interested. And so this was a story situation I felt was worthy of sharing with you guys since I've spent so many hours watching YouTube and this thing. I was like, let's share this with the EOV family. And I'm sure some of you have too as well. So definitely, you know, comment below. So basically my thoughts are, at the end of the day, Jaguar Wright is a human being. Yes, she is dragging celebrities for filth and has been for, I don't know, nearly a year now, I think, or since last year. I can't remember when all of a sudden she popped up and I didn't know anything about her, hadn't really heard of her that I knew of. And all of a sudden I hear this woman who's just dragging celebrities and putting all their business out there. So yes, that's a whole nother conversation that I'm not having here in this video. But even with that, I feel that even with Tasha K having her on her show, if she chose to do that, there was a more respectful, humane way to do it. And I think to try to drag someone over their mental health and abuses they've experienced and, you know, what's going on with their family life in a more intimate way, I think was just in very, very, very poor taste. Like, drag her over the celebrity stuff, is what it is. And we know that Tasha K, you know, that's kind of what she does. That's the energy that she has over there on her channel. It works for her. It works for the majority of her audience, obviously, except for the 10,000 plus who left. But it is what it is. But it's just become cringeworthy. It's become cringeworthy for me personally. That's me, my own thoughts. You guys think what you want to think. And on another note, for those of you who haven't Googled Jaguar, she can sing. It took me a while. At first, I was really kind of ignoring her and what was going on with her. But I was out of curiosity one day. I went and searched her up on YouTube, and she's a very soulful singer. When she says that, you know, she was bragging about how she sung and how everyone loved her back in the day when she was kind of popping and rising, I believe it, because the girl can sing. I've seen a few of her sets on YouTube or whatever, and she has it. She has it. It's just sometimes people have internal issues that block their gifts from reaching the highest heights and allowing them to live their life to the fullest. And I think, unfortunately, she may also fall in that category. And as far as Tasha K, those of us who have known her and watch her, we know that she drags people. That's what she does. That is her brand, dragging. But this time for me, it went beyond being entertaining into a space of not being moral and being inhumane. And I think that's when it became too much for those of us who have a conscience. Doing the dozens or cutting and reading just for laughs, that's one thing. But trying to expose and capitalize off of a person's trauma and mental health issues, that's in a whole other realm that many of us are not willing to visit with you. I believe that you should never get so big that you believe that life and karma won't take it all from you just as quickly as you got it. But this time around, I believe the loss of thousands of subscribers was just the universe's way of softly knocking on the door saying, hey, watch yourself. Don't get too full of yourself. Be human, be humane, entertain, and be humane. But with that, if you've made it this far to this point in the video, comment below, humble yourself. Yes, humble yourself. I think that's the theme of this video. And I think that we all need to be mindful that as we grow and we reach success in life and things are looking up for us, that we never, for one, never forget where you came from, but also don't use that as a weapon against other people. Stay humble. Stay humble. So with that, if you are new to this channel and you did not subscribe in the beginning where you saw the little logo go by and you were like, I'm not sure if he really wants me to subscribe. Yes, I do want you to subscribe. That's why I'm asking now. So take this time, subscribe below and click that notification bell so that you'll be aware of when we post new videos, at least weekly, and those ones sprinkled in. And if you are already a part of the EOV subscriber family, you're part of the comment below gang and the notification gang and the text me gang. Thank you guys, I appreciate you. Please remember to like the video below before you leave so that you can show that extra layer of support that helps us continue to grow. So with that, till next time, till I upload the next video, thank you guys, I love you, take care, be blessed, peace.